Port. It's time for Kai's Corner on OnSideRadio.com. To talk to Kai, dial 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. To reach out on the text line, it's 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Kai Chen Chisholm on your home for sports talk, OnSideRadio.com.
Good morning here at beautiful Drive Pink Stadium. I am that man, Kai Chen Chisholm. Joining me, as always, the magnificent, phantomonious man himself, Sean Stanley, host of the Square Circle Digest. Sean, how are you?
Uneventful, sir. Well,
Uneventful.
Until about 25 seconds ago. But not really eventful.
But we're doing well.
We are. We're doing great. I get to spend the next 2 hours with Kai Chen Chisholm.
Oh, yeah, and I get to be here with you, Sean, and I'm very excited.
I'm sorry.
Love it as always. I love it as always. A great start to my mornings here every single day. It's really odd when I go on to like the weekends and I'm not up early. I still am up early. My body wakes me up no matter what. But anyways, we have a great show for you guys coming up today. Of course, it is our Royal Wednesdays here. We'll have on Royal A. Shepherd, of course, from 5 Reasons Sports. Royal, one of my very good friends, especially in this space of the world of sports that we are in. And I, of course, love having Royal on. I love talking with Royal. I love being able to just chat with him and just talk about anything and everything. And, of course, the Miami Heat are a big topic of conversation, not only just because they are the Miami Heat and they're always, a big topic of conversation, but also just because things are just they're happening now and things are going pretty well, and they're trying to get into trying to get into the mood of the playoffs. Though they're gonna bring trophy gold back, which has a lot of people very upset. And honestly, I understand those mustard yellow jerseys are just nasty, not in a good way either. They're I don't know, I don't like them at all. I don't think I ever will like them, but it is what it is. We will have Royal on at 11:20. We'll also have another new face onto the show. We've had a couple new faces, at least onto the show this week. Of course, we had David Dwork on Monday. Yesterday, we had Franco Panizo. And then today, we're going to have on Thomas Rongen. He'll be coming on, and he'll be talking about a lot of things. We're not going to talk more so Inter with Thomas. I want to touch on Inter, but I also want to touch on the situation surrounding Harry Kane, because it really is a big topic in club football and world football, and also the La Liga race, because it's very, very interesting, and I really want to get into it with him. So I'm excited to have Thomas on and be able to talk with him about that. He'll come on at 10:34, basically the third segment here in hour one, and then Royal the second segment in hour two, for anyone who wants it broken down like that. Or if you're listening in podcast form, you can go find it yourself already. It'll be there and down below, and wherever you're looking for it, you can find it. It'll be great and gravy. So, of course, the polls have been back this week, and I want to cover them now before I forget them, and then as we continue to go along the day. So, Kai's Corner polls here on this May 19th, 2021. We will have on, of course, like I said, Thomas Rongen and Royal Shepherd, also just known as Royal A. Shepherd, Royal Kuiper Jr., everything like that. The first poll, I put playing. Man, didn't even realize that until now. Big mistake. Which player needs to step up big in order for the Miami Heat to get past the Bucks? Is it Tyler Hero, Kendrick Nunn, Goran Dragic, or Duncan Robinson? I added Goran in there just because of it relates to what we're having here with our roundtable, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But that's why I added Goran into the mix there. So thus far, in terms of what we've seen, and again, these last until Friday, so they'll be going up, or they might be a day. I think I miscalculated the day, so they might go up until Saturday. I'm not really sure, but we'll see how it goes on Friday and see how everything is. I'm pretty sure that I put them a day too long, so we shall see how that one goes. But they should last until Friday at 12:30. All of the polls from this week, and we'll go back and look at them in a little bit as well. Tyler Hero leading the way thus far with 50% of the vote, and then Goran behind him at 21.4. And then the last poll that we just have two today, as we have pretty much every single day this week. Where do you see the Miami Dolphins in a few years? Contending for a Super Bowl, playoffs each year, back to the gutter, or middle of the pack? thus far in. It's very close for contending for a Super Bowl and playoffs each year, respectively at 49.3% for playoffs, and then contending for a Super Bowl at 46.5% of the vote. And if we want to look back at the polls we've done thus far this week, so we can go into kind of everything that we've had to talk about and all the other things. On Monday, the 2 polls we had were, what is your confidence level for the Miami Heat in the playoffs, round 1, round 2, or conference champs? Thus far right now, round 1 exit is leading the way, which is pretty interesting because it was more so, actually onto like a round 2 exit, and now as the days have gone by, it's been a little bit different. So I'm actually kind of glad that we're doing this now. We get a little bit of a different take on everything. After that, do you trust the Miami Dolphins to make the playoffs like the Heat and Panthers have this season? Yes at 79% of the vote, no at 20.9%. Then yesterday we had, what do you make of InterMiami's season after 6 games? Surprised, disappointed, or excited for more? Excited for more, leading the way. And then lastly there, do you think the NFLPA / the Juwan James injury prompted the Dolphins players and Brian Flores to come to a quick agreement on OTAs? Yes, leading the way by far. So very, very happy with how we are leading the polls and going about the polls nowadays. I like how we're doing everything. So I'm very excited for that and how we are continuing to go about everything. So, oh man, as we get into trying to get through the day really and talk about everything, I want to mention something. So yesterday, as Shaw knows, as Big O knows, because they were both here when I was having that topic conversation, I was supposed to have I guess not me, but I was supposed to be attending a celebration of birthdays for my girlfriend, her mom, and her father, because their birthdays are all a few days apart. Her father's is today, her mother's was on Monday, and then hers was on Saturday. So all of them within literally a few days of each other, 4 days if you want to be exact, 15, 17, 19. And it was supposed to be at Benihana's. So, of course, you're excited, you're happy, you're going to go to Benihana's. It's cool, it's fun, it's entertaining. And I was campaigning that I'd be able to watch the game happening for the Florida Panthers. I was not able to watch the game, as Big O and Sean both predicted. However, the big thing out of all of this is not that I wasn't able to watch the Panthers game, which what I've been told and what I've seen and the tweets I've read is very good that I did not do so. But it's because after several confirmation texts and emails and calls to make sure that the Benihana reservation was through, Benihana's themselves decided to just outright cancel the reservation the day of. I could not believe it when I was going through with my girlfriend. Okay, when do I need to be there? What is this? And she texts me and she's like, so Benihana's canceled our reservation. I was just sitting there at work like, what do you mean they canceled the reservation? How do you just cancel a reservation after all this stuff? So yeah, it's funny. I know, Sean, isn't it crazy that you can send confirmation emails and then just cancel it on people?
Benihana was trying to help you out so you could watch the Panthers game.
I guess so.
They bit the bullet for you.
I guess so. But then I couldn't even watch the Panthers game, so it didn't even,
Why couldn't you watch the Panthers?
Well, they did like a barbecue thing instead, which was very tasty and very fun. Just kind of sitting at the table there at their house and enjoying everything. And then me, her, and her sister went on a very long journey to try to find some ice cream. Because there's all these like ice cream places now here. So we went on this long journey to try to find like a new ice cream place that we can go to. So we had a wheel spin, and we put like 12 places on a wheel spin. The first one we went to was going to go to was in Wynwood, and we left like the house at like, I don't know, like 8:30, 9 o'clock, something like that. And we were gonna go to Wynwood. So she lives in Miami Beach, so we're driving over, and then it's pouring rain and the bridge is up. So I was like, all right, it's not pouring rain back at Miami Beach, so let's just turn around and find one on Miami Beach. Let's spin it back and just wait until one of them is the one on Miami Beach. So then we spin it around. We get to the beach location. We go to chillin'. We go and we park. And very wisely, I was looking around and I was like, I'm not paying for parking yet. I'm not going to do this yet. Let's just kind of wait and see. We got there at about 9 o'clock, and the place was closed, even though it was supposed to close at 10. So they closed an hour early. So then we had to drive again around Miami Beach onto Lincoln Road to go to yet another place. And then finally we got to that place and we got some ice cream. And that took a fat minute. And then we got home at like 10, something like that. So, yeah, it was a long journey just to find ice cream. And it was an unsuccessful one, I guess. I guess it was successful. But, yeah, so I wasn't able to watch the game. But I was following along with people's tweets and looking on Twitter.
You guys spin a wheel for finding ice cream?
Yeah. Why is that so bad? What part of that is horrible?
Just Google ice cream places near me and then go.
Right, but there's so many, and they're like some of them aren't that
pick
like
the list.
fantastic.
Why are you spinning?
Because it's just at random, you want to have fun. You go on an adventure. You just spin a wheel, and you know.
So I was looking at Google and just picking one. That's random as well.
I guess, but then you start looking at pictures, and you're like, but this is too far. That's too far. So you just put them all together, and it's like whatever fate decides is where you go.
And then they're closed. So fate really didn't decide too well.
Yeah, I guess. Or Google lied to us.
Or you drive all the way to Wynwood and the bridge is up and it's raining. I mean,
well, we didn't drive. We weren't there yet. We were about to get over like the 79th Street Bridge. For anyone that lives in this area, you would understand and everything. But yeah, it was an interesting day. Anyways, it like it's just it was fine. I don't know. Like sometimes you look on Google and then you don't want to have to look at what you're. I don't know. Anyways, when we come back in the next segment. We're going to talk a lot about the Miami Dolphins, and there was some other stuff that was said by Brian Flores recently. He went on the radio and said some things yesterday about Tua, so we'll talk about that. Of course, that's always a topic of conversation. That's always something that we'll be kind of getting into, I feel like, now for the rest of time. So we will get into that, and we will talk about some of that stuff. And then, of course, after that, we'll have on Thomas Rongan to talk about pretty much all things in world soccer and everything like that, and be able to get kind of that soccer fix again. And then tomorrow we'll have another one, actually, because we're going to have on Ronan Murphy from Goal, who works for Goal covering the Bundesliga. He will come on in a pre-recorded interview, but he will be here as well. So 3 straight days of Inter, and then some world soccer, and then very specifically Bundesliga soccer. So it'll be nice and cool and fun and getting on a bunch of people here. So every Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m., catch Fight Night with Alex Dono and James Walker. It's the show dedicated to combat sports, from UFC to boxing to bare-knuckle brawling. Alex and James provide combat sports combat sports fans the inside interviews they crave. Tune every Thursday night from 7 to 9 p.m. for Fight Night with Alex Dono and James Walker. Search and subscribe to the podcast by searching Fight Night on the home for combat sports, onsideradio.com.
Florida sports fan.
If you're looking for a change from the everyday restaurant, then you need to get to Checkers Old Munchin German Restaurant in Pompano Beach. Brats, Wiener Schnitzel, homemade potato pancakes, pretzels with mustard, and lots of German beer. And with daily specials, there is something for everyone. If you're up for a challenge, you should take their famous boot tour. Finish 30 boots of different varieties of German beer, and you'll receive half price on their beer for life. And you'll get to take home your own boot and Checkers Old Munchin t-shirt. They also have outdoor seating available in their new beer garden with live music, as well as carry-out, curbside pickup, and delivery. So, for the finest German food and beer, get over to 2209 East Atlantic Boulevard in Pompano Beach. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Checkers Old Munchin Restaurant, or call them for reservations at 954-785-7565. That's 954-785-7565. We'll see you at Zagat-rated Checkers Old Munchin German Restaurant in Pompano Beach.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your InterMiami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or intermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where InterMiami and all Miami sports fans shop.
WLEN, broadcasting from a largely empty building. And we do sports. It's just not local.
Shush, honey.
Why is the building empty?
Because whether it be budget cuts or stupid management, we've fired almost everybody.
Ooh, but we still have our job live and local.
At least the building is.
We've got your sports.
South Florida's choice for sports talk.
OnSideRadio.com.
When protecting your family is your priority, there's nothing more important than the roof above the people you love. At Onside Radio, we recommend Chase Roofing and Contracting. At ChaseRoofing.com, they care about the customer. Chase Roofing provides reliable roof installation and repair without the destruction to our environment. Chase Roofing is powered by Tamara, who is owner and operated for 18 years. ChaseRoofing.com is Google top rated and a AAA standing with the Better Business Bureau. Open 24/7. Call them today. Trust ChaseRoofing.com to fortify and protect what's most important to you, your family.
InterMiami fans, time to find out more about your favorite soccer team with OnSideRadio.com's IMCF Football Focus. Here's Austin Robillard.
Sunday was an amazing day for the InterMiami CF organization. As we know, InterMiami CF took on FC Cincinnati on the road and defeated them 3-2 in their home opener. But also, the Heranitos, as they like to call them, Fort Lauderdale CF, took on FC Tucson at Drive Pink Stadium and had a significant victory that ended 5-1, where George Acosta stole the show. Both George Acosta and Gonzalo Higuain were named Player of the Week in their respective leagues, both in MLS and USL League One, and hopefully going forward, both these boys can keep on shining and get results for both of our teams.
Keep up with the latest on La Rosa Negra by subscribing on most platforms. Search Onside Radio. Let's get back to Kai's Corner. You can send Kai a text at 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Kai Chen Chisholm.
All right. So, it's been a very interesting time. You know, there was a little bit of talk with what's been going on surrounding the Miami Dolphins, and Brian Flores was on the Joe Rose show recently, about a few days ago, and he was talking about Tua Tagovailoa, his second year starting quarterback now. And he said pretty much this about Tua. He is more comfortable being in the huddle, giving his cadence, going through his communication, those little things that nobody really talks about. He said this. He said he feels much more comfortable doing those things. I think having a year under his belt will really help him. You know, they didn't know how many people were going to be at OTAs, the quote-unquote voluntary workouts. We know that they're not really voluntary at all. He said Tua is an important piece. He's been working hard this offseason. He knows where he needs to improve. We taught him about the year 1 to year 2 jump. It's a real thing. So, a lot, I guess, like, I saw a lot being made out of the comments from Brian Flores, and a lot of people want to touch into them and, I guess, really critique what's going on. But for me, it's like, I don't know. I'm not seeing too much out of it, because I feel like what it is that everybody already knows what Brian Flores feels about Tua, and he's said it multiple times now, and I feel like at this point it's just kind of like, how many times are we really going to be going about and trying to put weight onto a lot of the stuff being said by the head coach? He already knows what needs to be done. He's already said to all of us what needs to be done. I truly don't understand why there's still so much, I guess, weight being put on it. It's like, we already know what Flo wants, and we know that Flo is going to be able to try to help Tua get to that point. Really, as he said, like, it's all in the year 1 to year 2 jump, and now everything that we're all going to be talking about, and everything that anyone's really going to be talking about out of this team, is just going to come down to Tua and how he develops. It really is going to be, if he cannot, take a jump in his play. Not that his play was absolutely horrible, not that it was amazing. It was very middle of the pack. And I think the big thing with him is that if we continue to see some development, game to game, we see something better, then it's fine. And you know that he's at least doing a better job coming into the season and coming out of that jump. But if you're Tua and you come into the season and 100% of the time you're not being able to do what you need to do, you're not, you're not having any development at all, coming from the first game of the season, really, that out jump, then I think it becomes a problem. I think putting the weight on stuff that we already know about is something ridiculous. It truly is what we already know. Tua needs to get better. Tua needs to develop, and he needs to be able to really play good football and really command the team and lead the huddle and be the guy. I mean, that's your starting quarterback. It's the number 5 overall pick in the 2020 NFL draft. One of the most hyped up quarterbacks that we've seen in so many years. I mean, truthfully, when we think about it and we look at everything, right? Trevor Lawrence has been number 1 pick since he was born, essentially, right? That's been the guy. And at the same time, when we look at Trevor Lawrence and we look at the hype of him coming out of college, it definitely was not the same as Tua. And that's not coming from Tua's a Miami Dolphin point of view. That's coming strictly from the fact that Tua truly was hyped. Like, it was like the Andrew Luck hype. If it wasn't for Joe Burrow having the year and the fashion that he did with LSU, there's no other quarterback being talked about. Yeah, Herbert's there, and they talked about Herbert every now and then, and Herbert had a great season, a great rookie season. Absolutely did. But none of that's going to matter, if, let's say, he has a bad sophomore season and Tua and Burrow have great sophomore seasons. Because then people are going to look at Herbert and say this and that. But when it comes to development, when it comes to what they looked like coming out, people were they were ready to, I guess put and to say it in as PG of a way as I possibly can. They were just ready to tear down Justin Herbert every second that they could get coming out of that draft in order to make sure that they could bump up, Burrow and bump up Tua and bump up anyone they needed to bump up, which I found was ridiculous because I think you look at all 3 of those guys when they came out, in Tua, in Burrow, and Herbert, and all of them have the quality that you look at where you're like, okay, these guys could lead a franchise, and hopefully if they're put in the right position, that'll happen. But, now you have to take into account that only one of them had a good year, the other one tore his ACL, and the other one was just average. We saw some of the best that we could see out of Tua at times, 100%. I think the Arizona Cardinals game is the big one that we all look at, and we're like, okay, we saw such a great thing from Tua there, and we saw what he could potentially be. But we need to see it on a consistent basis. We need to see it, at least a majority of the time rather than a few days here, a few days there. It needs to be consistent, and that's the biggest issue from Tua last year. There was a lot of good, there was a lot of bad. Places him under average. I mean, that's really what it is. Just had an average season. But a lot of people can have an average season and make that jump. A lot of people can make the jump that they need to make, and I don't think that we should be looking at Tua and being as upset and as, I guess, crazy about certain things as we have been. B-Flow comes out and he says, hey, we're expecting this from him. We think he can do it. It's like, yeah, obviously they think he can do it. They see him in the building. If they didn't think that he could do it at all, you chalk that up as a failure and you go and you stay at 3 and you draft a quarterback. You don't trade down and get a weapon for him and continue to get weapons for him and build the offensive line and build your offense and fire your take the resignation of your offensive coordinator. You go out there and then you make a change. That's what they did with Tannehill. Now, Tannehill's had very good seasons now with the Titans. That's exactly what they did with Tannehill. If it's not working anymore, you feel like it's not going to work at all, you move on. You accept the failure and you move on. And if a coach needs to be fired, that's what happens. If a GM needs to be fired, president of football operations, vice president of football operations, that's what happens. You get fired. You move on. And you hopefully erase everything. And that's what the Dolphins would never do, which is why finally they got to the 2 point in the first place, because they just erased everything. So I don't think that we should be putting so much weight on what Brian Flores is saying, because we already know this. We've already been fed this information. We already know that this needs to happen. So continuing, I mean, there was a whole segment today on another thing about how much those words mean and how much it's going to mean for Tua. And it's like, this dude was benched a few times, pulled out of games, still being named the starter. And you think that words coming out in the next year is going to be more of that? I mean, the mental toughness to come back from an injury, a horrible injury, like the worst injury that you had of your career, and then to come out and then start and like be there when you weren't even supposed to be playing on the field yet, like that's already the mental fortitude that you need to continue to go forward. I think questioning his mental toughness has been just the wrong route for sure. I mean, Tua is a guy that you look at and he's got the mental fortitude. He's got the mental toughness. He doesn't need to be questioned about that. That I feel like is the craziest part of it. That I've never understood. Questioning his mental toughness, questioning his mental fortitude, what he can and cannot do, being pulled, having, Flores talk about him. It's like, this isn't not like, I think people fail to remember that the guy that Tua was under for so long, at Alabama, is one of the most harsh people that we know in the coaching scene. And Tua can get through that. Like, come on. If this is really what we're going to go with. Tua dealt with Nick Saban. Now, was Nick Saban very, very positive about Tua all the time? 100%. I think you saw a lot of that. But so many people compare Nick Saban and Bill Belichick to each other. And what we know of Bill Belichick and what we know of Nick Saban is two guys who are all football. Two guys who are very serious about what they need to do. Two guys who are very blunt and to the point about everything. And what we know about Brian Flores right now is that he's blunt and to the point about everything. So you look at Brian Flores, you look at Nick Saban, you look at these guys, and it's the same thing. The mental fortitude part of all the Tua stuff was always the one that was very, very questionable to me. I never truthfully understood it, but I guess that part is what it is. In the next segment, we're going to have on Thomas Rongan, and I'm very excited for that. To have him on to talk about a lot of soccer stuff, especially like I was mentioning at the top of the show, talking about the Harry Kane situation, because I think it's very interesting, especially the climate that we're in right now with world football. And then also just very specifically getting into, how things are going right now with the La Liga title race, and then also touching on some InterMiami, because of course, this is the flagship station and home of your very own InterMiami CF. Sports fans can always catch up with all of our daily segments by subscribing to Onside Radio on most platforms. You can listen to us discuss the hottest topics on the round table. Esports fans can get the latest news with our E-Minute. Panthers fans can get their latest news from reporter David Dwork as he provides his insight on the Panthers. Austin Robillard covers InterMiami CF every single day with the type of passion that the supporters crave. And then Christian, Chase, and Alex Aguirre provide the insight Marlins fans deserve. Subscribe, rate, and review to Onside Radio on all platforms, the station that has the passion South Florida fans deserve.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan.
When you want a perfectly straight smile without braces, you can count on MoodiAsDental.com. A stunning smile is within reach. Learn more about Invisalign. Find out why so many trust the Moody-Ass family. Dr. Moody-Ass is an inventor and has several patents on innovative surgical instruments that are used around the world. Experience a family environment and trust on a worldwide level. From implants to crowns to a beautiful Invisalign smile. Call 305-821-0231. That's 305-821-0231. Or go to the website at MoodyAsDental.com.
Sports fans love a place with great food, cold drinks, and TVs everywhere. That's why sports fans love Sports Grill and their 7 amazing locations. Check out the Miami Lakes location at 15462 Northwest 77th Court, located in the Ryan Oaks Plaza. Sports Grill is also now offering some great employment opportunities. All kinds of positions are now available, from kitchen to hosting. Call for more information at 305-485-8845. From wraps to salads to amazingly delicious specialty dishes, Sports Grill is the home to the legendary special grilled wings. Since 1987, Sports Grill, good food, good drink, and good friends.
WLESPN. We've got all your sports.
We're live and local.
If you wake up early enough.
You're so bad, honey.
Tune us in, as long as you're not under a bridge.
Or under any power line.
Ain't it awful?
South Florida's choice for sports talk. OnSideRadio.com.
Hey, it's Toast, and when I got PGT custom windows and doors installed at my house last year from B&T Windows and Doors, I knew that I was protecting my house when it came to hurricanes, but I was also investing in my house. My value went up. My home insurance cost went down. Yeah, I can now get more for my house when I sell it because I have PGT custom windows and doors installed courtesy of my buddies at B&T Windows and Doors. Just another reason why you should upgrade your house today. Give them a call, 954-233-0126. That's 954-233-0126, B&T Windows and Doors.
When you need your warehouse looking good while staying efficient, there's only one place to find the finest racks in the business. Pallet Rack City in Hialeah. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547. Pallet Rack City is the company you need when you want your warehouse sporting the finest racks in the business. After all, who doesn't love a great rack? Pallet Rack City. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547.
When you're looking to add that extra style and protection for your home or business, visit A Shade Above Window Fashions in Davie or Sunrise, where plantation shutters are a major part of our business, and they look great in any home. We have them in white, stained colors, and wood tones. We can even motorize your shutters like the one in the OnSideRadio.com studio. A Shade Above Window Fashions, 954-434-4774. That's 954-434-4774. Love the space you live in. A Shade Above Window Fashions.
Keeping you informed in the world of sports. With an OnSideRadio.com sports update.
Florida Panthers find themselves in a 2-0 deficit after a 3-1 loss last night. Lightning jumped out to a 2-goal lead early in the first period, never looked back. Their next game tomorrow night in Tampa, the puck drop at 6:30. The Philadelphia Phillies, they used a 7-run 8th inning to beat the Miami Marlins 8-3. They're back at it for Game 2 of the series tonight. 7:05 the first pitch. Trevor Rogers on the mound for the Fish. Also in Major League Baseball, Spencer Turnbull throws the 5th no-hitter of the 2021 season. The NBA play-in round is underway. In the Eastern Conference, the Pacers routed the Hornets 144-117 in the 9-10 matchup. And in the 7-8 matchup, the Boston Celtics used a 50-point performance from Jason Tatum to beat the Wizards 118-100. Washington will now play the Pacers for the 8th seed in the East. The Western Conference play-in tips off tonight. Spurs-Grizzlies in the 9-10 matchup, tip-off 7:30. Memphis a 4-point favorite. And at 10, it's the Lakers and the Warriors in the 7-8 matchup. Lakers a 5-point favorite. You're listening to South Florida's only locally owned sports talk station. This is OnSideRadio.com.
To Kai's Corner. You can send Kai a text at 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Kai Chen Chisholm.
All right. Getting ready to have on the coach, Thomas Rongen here. Getting ready to talk a lot of great stuff about kind of world soccer in general and everything going on. Off the bat, Coach, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing fine, Kai. Thanks for having me on.
Of course. Thanks for coming on. So I want to ask you, because it's been something that's been intriguing me a lot. And it's something I think that has intrigued everyone who watches kind of world football in general and kind of follows it. La Liga has had a very interesting title race this season. I mean, it seemed like Atletico were going to take it for a while. Then Barcelona hit a great run of form. Then Real Madrid hit a great run of form. And now it seems like it's coming down to the last game. And it came down really to Luis Suarez goal, which really helped Atletico, put Atletico in the driver's seat this past weekend. Do you think that they can come away and just finish it off and stave off Real Madrid this weekend?
Sure. It's been a wild ride in La Liga, and obviously with BN, I'm going to call some of the games this Saturday. It's coming down to the last day of the season, which is absolutely incredible. At one point in time, Atletico Madrid with Diego Simeone, one of the best coaches in the world, we're leading by 11 or 12 points. And as you said, it's down to that last day. All teams play at the same time. Barcelona at Eibar, they still have a chance, but it's slim. You look at Real Madrid at home against Villarreal. Villarreal really a good team because they're playing in the finals against Man United in the Europa League. So that's not an easy one. So I have to say that Atletico Madrid on the road against Valladolid, who's one of the poorer teams, should get 3 points and should be crowned the champion. First time since 2014, because it's been always Madrid and Barcelona. And yes, Luis Suarez scoring his 20th goal of the season in a comeback win, dramatic comeback win, scored the 87th minute, the winner, in order for them to stay in first place and probably hoist the trophy. But there's been so many twists there. I can't put my money on it. 83 points for Atleti, 81 for Real Madrid. And Real Madrid, by the way, has the tiebreaker. So if Atleti ties, Real Madrid wins, they both end up at 84 points. Madrid will win it due to the head-to-head. They won once against Atletico Madrid and drew the other one. So drama.
Yeah, it's really, I mean, the big takeaway that I've had while watching it thus far this season has really been Luis Suarez. I mean, that win was great. What a job by, Atletico pushing forward, and then Yannick Carrasco, pulling that ball back, finding Luis Suarez, and a fantastic finish by him as well. I mean, that was all class. But he seemingly is ousted from Barcelona, and then now kind of leading Atletico Madrid, hopefully, like you said, their first title since 2014. I mean, what do you think that people, in Barcelona have to be feeling, knowing that a guy that they had for so long, who was scoring goals, a part of that MSN when it was, Messi, him, and Neymar, is now leading another team in the league, hopefully to their, first title in many years?
Yeah, pretty incredible, without a doubt. This is a guy, by the way, that they shed because they thought they were done. Obviously, they're in financial troubles, Barcelona, so they wanted to get rid of his wages more so than anything else. And he's shown now that if he would have stayed at Barcelona probably would have run away with the title this year. But Ronald Koeman, the new Dutch coach, didn't want Luis Suarez. They ended up playing without a true number 9 throughout this year. And if it wasn't for Messi again, 30 goals, 10 assists. Griezmann underperforms as their number 9. Dembele is hot and cold. Their transition defense has been poor with all the players like Piqué and Busquets. Very interesting to see what their new president, Jean Laporta, will do. I have a feeling that their legend, Xavi, will come back as the head coach and that they will shed quite some players. And now we're talking about what is Messi's future. Is it PSG? Is it City? Or will he stay at Barcelona? All questions to be answered within the next few weeks.
That's going to be the Messi one. I feel like is going to be one of the most wild transfer sagas we've had in a while. But one of the recent ones that popped up is Harry Kane. Apparently saying that he wants to be out of Tottenham, that he sat down with Daniel Levy and he says that he wants to be out and that he wants to stay in the Premier League. There's not a club, a lot of clubs that can really afford him, Thomas, and like really, and the fee is reported to be like 120 million. Do you think there really is a chance that he's able to stay in the Premier League and leave Tottenham for that price?
Well, first of all, I don't think that Levy will let him go. He's got still quite some years left on his contract. 120 million is doable for some EPL teams. Initially, I thought maybe the PSG with his former coach, Pochettino, would be a destination for him. But I will be shocked if Daniel Levy, even if it's 100 million plus, will let Harry Kane go to a rival. And the only three rivals that can really afford him are Chelsea, Manchester City, and Man United. And Man United just signed Cavani to another 2-year deal. You can arguably say that Chelsea is in the need of a number 9. Jorginho is their highest goal scorer in the EPL. And Manchester City actually is changing the world of a front three, playing without a true number 9. Aguero hasn't really figured. Phil Foden, Kevin De Bruyne is there. So I don't think that Pep Guardiola has that much interest. I don't think Man United does. Chelsea might make a run for him, but Daniel Levy is going to say no to all.
Why do you think? I mean, obviously, I guess it comes down to the fact of, like you said, winning trophies, and kind of now, Pochettino's there. He can never really get it going besides a preseason cup, the Audi Cup. Besides that as well, they bring in Jose Mourinho. He is not able to, get the deal done, not able to get everything done the way that, he had in past teams. And, of course, the legend of Jose Mourinho goes on for team after team after team. What do you think has been wrong with Spurs and just not being able to put anything together? I mean, they've had talented players in, of course, Harry Kane, Heung-min Son, Dele Alli. They've had some guys that can really get it done, and just nothing has ever come together. Why do you think?
No, that's a great point. They lost in the Caribou Cup in April. He's 27. I mean, what Pochettino has done with all those young players when he initially arrived was pretty good. On the other hand, I think in all three lines they miss a big timer. Besides Kane, who's a difference maker, Son has been very good as well. Bale has been a up and down disappointment again.
Right.
Are they going to purchase him, or are they going to let him go back to Real Madrid and then let Madrid deal with it? I think in midfield they've always struggled for a really true playmaker or number 10 that can pull the strings in midfield. And I think defensively Tottenham is always susceptible to giving up a goal here or there due to concentration. So if they can improve in those three lines, because again, a disappointing year. You look at teams with a lesser budget, Leicester City, for instance, with Brendan Rodgers. And Brendan Rodgers should be somebody you should look at as a coach, I think, stay within England, that knows the league well, instead of going for a high-profile coach.
Right.
I think Tottenham next year could not challenge for the title, but should challenge every year for a top 4 spot, which you haven't done for a while.
So we get out of, I guess, European football, and we come down here with InterMiami. They recently got that win against Cincinnati, and good that they got the win as well. I mean, being up 2-0, letting 2 goals go, and then finally getting that goal to go ahead and win the game and get the full 3 points there, pretty much at the death. I think it was scored like the 87th minute. They're going to play against the Chicago Fire this weekend, and it's been up and down performances by Inter, but at the same time, it feels like they're playing better on the road than they are at home. I have been saying that they should have walked away with Cincinnati and Chicago with 6 points. Do you expect them, or at least you see that the expectations are that they should come out and come back home on the 29th with all 6 points from this road trip?
They should, and all the indications are there, and not necessarily because InterMiami is playing great football. They've improved, no doubt about it. A great pickup for the second victory of the season on the road again. And as you said again, 3-2 with Gonzalo Higuain scoring 2, his brother Federico, who might be the MVP of that game, in the starting 11, not Pizarro. And Chicago is with Cincinnati the 2 worst teams in MLS, so I expect another 3 points on the road. And then a huge game at home against DC United on the 29th, when they're going to open the stadium to all spectators. So there's an expectation of a sellout. And also a pressure of performing at home, which they haven't done, obviously. Against Montreal, they lost. Against the LA Galaxy in the first game, and Chicharito scored 2 goals, had a brace. They lost as well. So it's important for Phil Neville, David Beckham, to pick up some points on the road. And 6 points is realistic, and 6 points means that they're probably going to be in the top 3, which shows you that the East is not as strong right now.
Right.
Versus the West. So the chances of them being a better team this year, all the indications are there. A chance of making the playoffs, top 7 teams I think is doable as well. And there's still players coming in, like a Kieran Gibbs, The latest rumors obviously are that Willian wants to come as well, but they're deep already with DPs.
Right.
They've spent a lot of money already, so that might be a pipe dream. But I expect this team to become better and better throughout the season.
Finally here, and Coach, thanks again for coming on. We're talking with Thomas Rongen here. I want to ask what you think about that midfield and kind of thinking about, Federico Higuain starting, especially against Cincinnati, rather than, Pizarro and him not being in and then coming in at that final, couple minutes, and a little bit of a, I guess, shaky start to the season. And just in terms of the last couple of minutes, I feel like just getting him on the pitch. Do you think that Federico is going to be the guy that has to be starting now to kind of get Inter's attack going?
Yeah, I think he does. He's clearly shown off the bench that he is a difference maker. In particular, Philadelphia away when he scored a great goal and assisted on another one. There's a little bit of a change in tactics as well. They're trying to build out of the back, and he is a much better station to play through than Pizarro is, without a doubt. He plays simpler, he plays quicker, which means other players get involved. They sustained more possession than they have done in the previous 4 games with Pizarro as a starter. And it's a strong statement from Phil Neville to take your second highest paid player out of your starting 11 and saying, you know what, Gonzalo and Federico, it's your team going forward. So I expect him to be a focal point for Phil Neville in this team with Blaise Matuidi and with Gregory as the 2 holding midfielders, and then Higuain just in front of him in that triangle. Morgan, who's had a great assist on Higuain. Greg Shea on the left side, with Robinson out due to injury, scored that first goal. Important as well, had one of his better games.
Right.
And they will improve defensively. With Figal will come back eventually. Jovan Jones, who's a little bit nicked up as the left back, and then Kieran Gibbs eventually will become the starter in a month or 2 on that left side.
Coach, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. Of course, you can follow him on Twitter. That's T. Rongen, Thomas Rongen, the coach. And then, of course, you can hear him when InterMiami has broadcasts as well. He'll come on. Coach, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Kai.
Have a great one. Saturdays from 1 to 3 p.m., baseball fans go deep into the count with Alex Aguirre and Christian Chase. Catch the show that talks Marlins and all the big stories in the major leagues. Every Saturday from 1 to 3 p.m., Seam Heads have a new home. Listen to Deep Into the Count exclusively at OnsideRadio.com.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan.
When you're looking for curtains and blinds to create a space of your own, look no further than Bandalux. Bandalux can tailor your space to your needs. Create the atmosphere and ambiance you desire. We invite you to discover it at Bandalux.com. Explore our new solar control systems, range of sustainable fabrics, and energy-efficient solutions that can improve your well-being and quality of life. Witness Bandalux Beauty. Go to Bandalux.com or follow them on Instagram at Bandalux_official. For a personal experience, A Shade Above Window Fashions in Davie and Sunrise is an official Bandalux partner.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your InterMiami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or intermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where InterMiami and all Miami sports fans shop. InterMiami CF fans, join us at our new home this season for all away games as we broadcast live at Dangerous Minds Brewing Company, 1901 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach. Join Big O and Alex Dono for the live pregame, halftime, and postgame shows while we watch the games. Enjoy meticulously brewed beer on site, delicious artisanal pizzas, live music, and giveaways. So, the new home for all InterMiami road games is at Dangerous Minds Brewing Company at the Pompano City Mall, where they'll feature all the InterMiami games. Follow them on Twitter at Dangerous Minds B and Facebook and Instagram at Dangerous Minds Brewing, and visit them at dangerousmindsbrewing.com. There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
If you're looking for a change from the everyday restaurant, then you need to get to Checkers Old Munchin German Restaurant in Pompano Beach. Brats, Wiener Schnitzel, homemade potato pancakes, pretzels with mustard, and lots of German beer. Take their famous Boot Tour Challenge, and there's now outdoor seating available in their new beer garden with live music. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Checkers Old Munchin Restaurant, or call them for reservations or pickup at 954-785-7565. So get over to 2209 East Atlantic Boulevard in Pompano Beach to Zagat-rated Checkers Old Munchin German Restaurant.
Now that it's springtime, it's only getting hotter here in South Florida. Make sure your AC in your home or business is running smoothly by investing in a preventative maintenance plan from M&S Air Conditioning. And M&S is a Mitsubishi Diamond Elite contractor. When you purchase a new Mitsubishi electric mini split system, you'll get a 12-year warranty. Or install a high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit that captures and destroys biological contaminants to improve air quality. M&S Air Conditioning have been providing prompt, honest, and reliable service for over 30 years. Schedule service or call to get more info on our preventative maintenance plans. Call 954-421-3680 or visit ac-florida.com.
At OnsideRadio.com, we chirp all day and night. It's time to do some more chirping with David Dwork at our Chirping the Cats report.
The Panthers have their work cut out for them if they're going to claw their way back into their first-round playoff series against Tampa Bay. The Lightning outplayed the Panthers basically from start to finish in Game 2, coming away with an impressive 3-1 victory Tuesday night in Sunrise. The win gave Tampa a commanding 2-0 lead in the best-of-7 series, and now Florida will have to pick up at least one win on the road if they want to keep their postseason alive. The puck luck was on Tampa's side during Game 2, with a couple fortunate bounces helping the Bolts jump out to a 2-0 first-period lead. Florida made a game of it on Mason Marchman's second-period tally, but that's as close as the Cats would get. Yanni Gourde's empty net goal sealed the deal for Tampa, who now sits in the driver's seat as they head back to Amalie Arena for the next two contests. The Panthers will take an off day on Wednesday to regroup before heading north and trying to turn things around in Game 3, which takes place on Thursday at 6:30.
Keep up with the latest on the Florida Panthers by subscribing on most platforms by searching Onside Radio, your home for South Florida sports. Let's get back to Kai's Corner. You can send Kai a text at 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Kai Chen Chisholm.
All right. I had a great conversation there with Coach Thomas Rongen. Of course, you can find him on Twitter if you don't already follow him at @TRongen. That's RONGEN. And you can have a good old time and follow him and get some great stuff, not only just from InterMiami, but everything in general. And, of course, you can always follow him here when he's with Chris Whittingham and company when they come on and talk about InterMiami and do the pregame, postgame, in-game broadcast, everything along those lines. Lots of fun. You get to sit there and enjoy that and sit there and have a pretty good time. So I'm glad that he was able to come on. I'm glad that we were able to talk. And, again, it's a thing that we're having this week. We're having a lot of new people on, a lot of new conversations that we haven't had before, building some relationships, so that's awesome as well. So I'm very very thankful for that and happy for that, and we're doing pretty good. Again, we'll have on Royal Shepherd here in hour 2, and we have Royal on. It'll be our Royal Wednesdays. We're going to talk a lot about the Miami Heat because, of course, Miami Heat, it's of course right now the Heat are popping, the Heat are doing everything they need to do to be relevant. And more specifically, we'll ask him, what does he think of the trophy gold stuff? I still think it's mustard yellow. I don't like it at all. And then we'll also just talk to him in general about kind of how he feels about the season, how it wrapped up, how, everything's going. Because last time we talked to him, he was still kind of he wasn't negative Royal. He wasn't positive Royal. He was realistic Royal. So Royal Shepherd, he wears a lot of hats. So I'm excited to talk to him because he's, Royal Kuiper Jr., he's Royal A. Shepherd, positive, negative, in between. He wears a lot of hats, does a lot of things, so I'm excited to talk to him. So, of course, we will do that when we come into the second segment of hour 2, but wrapping up hour 1 here. And, it's it's been a great show thus far. I thank all of you for listening in, tuning in. You got a comment from Ian from Brooklyn here in the YouTube chat where he says, good morning, Kai, ... more UM gear, less Gators gear, please. I haven't worn this in a while, Ian, but I'll continue to don my UM polos and stuff that I got from them because I enjoy them and they're comfortable and nice. So don't worry, I'll be donning them every now and then, but I have to show my Gators pride. Anyhow, rounding out hour 1 now, and then we'll get into hour number 2. Of course, like I said, it's Royal Wednesday, so we'll have on Royal A. Shepherd there in the second segment, that at 11:20. You're listening to the only locally owned sports station in South Florida, OnSideRadio.com.
Now that it's springtime, it's only getting hotter here in South Florida. Make sure your AC in your home or business is running smoothly by investing in a preventative maintenance plan from M&S Air Conditioning. And M&S is a Mitsubishi Diamond Elite contractor. When you purchase a new Mitsubishi electric mini split system, you'll get a 12-year warranty. Or install a high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit that captures and destroys biological contaminants to improve air quality. M&S Air Conditioning have been providing prompt, honest, and reliable service for over 30 years. Schedule service or call to get more info on our preventative maintenance plans. Call 954-421-3680 or visit ac-florida.com.
If you're looking for a change from the everyday restaurant, then you need to get to Checkers Old Munchin German Restaurant in Pompano Beach. Brats, Wiener Schnitzel, homemade potato pancakes, pretzels with mustard, and lots of German beer. And with daily specials, there is something for everyone. If you're up for a challenge, you should take their famous boot tour. Finish 30 boots of different varieties of German beer, and you'll receive half price on their beer for life. And you'll get to take home your own boot and Checkers Old Munchin t-shirt. They also have outdoor seating available in their new beer garden with live music, as well as carry-out, curbside pickup, and delivery. So, for the finest German food and beer, get over to 2209 East Atlantic Boulevard in Pompano Beach. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Checkers Old Munchin Restaurant, or call them for reservations at 954-785-7565. That's 954-785-7565. We'll see you at Zagat-rated Checkers Old Munchin German Restaurant in Pompano Beach.
Papa, why can't we telegraph while riding a horse?
Son, there ain't no one to blame but Jeffro. He was riding old Betsy the Stallion, tip-tapping away at his telegraph, when blam! Ran right into the side of the saloon.
Well, if Jeffro can't do it, neither should you. Don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
No wimpy corporate-led radio station here. You're listening to the only station in South Florida that truly gives you a voice. OnSideRadio.com.
Hey, it's Toast, and no doubt last year hurricane season was one of the craziest we've ever seen. Well, Noah's saying once again, going to be another active season. So you need to call B&T Windows and Doors today and get PGT custom windows and doors installed like I did so that you are fully protected. Listen, there's no better peace of mind than PGT custom windows and doors when you're in the cone of death for a Category 5 storm. Call B&T Windows and Doors today to get set up. 954-233-0126. That's 954-233-0126.
Let's raise a cup to the first among us who put themselves last. To the risk takers, the mask makers, the heroes on the front line and online. To the ones keeping shelves full and keeping us hopeful. To those who don't stop and those making all the stops. To the ones who pick up, suit up, and never let us down. From all of us at Dunkin' to all the heroes keeping everyone running, we thank you.
OnSideRadio.com knows gamers need a home.
Can you dig it?
That's why for the next 60 seconds,
Can you count, suckers?
here's your On-Side Radio E-Report with Michael Christian.
With PlayStation 5's more widely available, Sony has just released a new pair of controllers that look absolutely beautiful. The two new controllers are Cosmic Red and Midnight Black. Now, you may be wondering, why didn't they release these controllers sooner? And I'm assuming that's because they were really focused on making sure they had enough of the consoles out there. As many of you know, the consoles were very hard to find for a very long time, and PlayStations have now become so widely available that I would say most of the player base who wanted one now has one. But if you do have a PlayStation 5, make sure to check out GameStop, Amazon, or Best Buy because these two new controllers are absolute fire.
Stay in touch in the world of gaming with the Onside Radio E Report. It's time for Kai's Corner on OnsideRadio.com. To talk to Kai, dial 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. To reach out on the text line, it's 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Kai Chen Chisholm on your home for sports talk, OnsideRadio.com.
Hour number 2 here of Kai's Corner. I am that man, Kai Chen Chisholm, of course. You can follow me on Twitter at Samurai Radio. That's SAMURAIIRADIO. Also joining me as he does every single morning, the producer of all producers, the host of Red Card Radio, Mr. Sean Stanley.
How you doing, Kai Chen Chisholm?
You know, Sean, my allergies are killing me.
I know. That's why I want you to hear you talk more.
We're going through. We're getting through it. We're getting through it. You know, it's been a rough allergy 2 days. My allergies were killing me yesterday, and it's just transitioned into today.
What's in bloom, or what are you? What is it?
It's for me. It's like always my nose in general. I just always have bad allergy issues. I always have as a kid. I mean, it used to be really, really bad where I would be like not able to move because I'm sneezing. Like my eyes would get really watery. Like it used to be really, really bad. But now it's just everything. I mean, it could be where I have the AC on in my car, even if it's just on the lowest setting. And if like for whatever reason some of the AC blows into my nose, that'll trigger it, and I'll just have a really bad allergy attack. I'll start sneezing.
Wait, so you can't ride around with the AC on?
No, I do, but it's like, let's say that like for whatever reason it like blows directly like too hard into like my nose or something like that, I'll start to have a really bad allergy attack, like from sneezing. And then the other one is just kind of like every time that like the weather is being the weather, you know, like when it's raining and then like it's super windy. If I'm like at work and it's really windy and it's like going around and everything like that, it's not a fun time. So then I end up like this where I'm like dealing with allergies. They're getting a little bit better right now, but it like, you know, when you have like an allergy attack or anyone that has allergies, like when you feel it and you're having it, it's like, man, you feel down.
Yeah, fortunately, I've never had allergies, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah. I'm allergic to bee stings. That's it.
Oh, damn. How'd you find that one out?
I got bit by a bee, and I
okay.
swelled up, and I look like a muscle guy.
Like your arm swelled up?
Oh,
or
my
like...
arm, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, my daughters are, I guess, insect bites. They get bit in their eye, but it's only in their, like, eye, face area. They get bit and their eyes swell shut because they've been bit on their arms and stuff, and they don't have a reaction. But if it gets bit near their eye, it looks like they've been in a boxing match with Tyson.
Oh, man. That sucks. That's awful.
Yeah. It wasn't fun to find that out, you know.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And, like, the eyes swelled shut. Not good.
I'm sure. Yeah, no, I guess it's just I have general like seasonal. I guess just really bad allergies in general. Like I can't really like plug my nose either because then I'll have really like I'll start sneezing. It's like a whole ordeal.
Yeah, I think everybody else in my house has like allergies.
Yeah, I have a whole ordeal with everything too. So like when you have, and shout out to Ian, he mentioned, he said I have bad allergies too. I feel it's like once you feel it, it's like you feel like super down, like your body and everything is just kind of like, my God, when is this gonna stop? Especially if it's like you're sneezing a lot, because sometimes you can have like maybe like a runny nose or maybe like your eyes are watering. But when it's like sneezing a lot, that's when like your body, it's just like sneeze after sneeze, and it's like, oh my God, please end this. Like please let me take a breath and like let me live. It was like last night it wasn't too bad, but it led into like the night, and I think it's also just because recently I've been dealing with so many allergy issues. Like every week, I feel like I need to like close my, what do they call, my air vents as well in my room a little bit more, because one of them is directly over my bed, and I closed it pretty well, I thought. And then this morning when I was sitting getting dressed, I like felt it blowing on me, and I was like, maybe I didn't close it as well as I thought I did, just so that there isn't a lot. But I always deal with like, then the AC, sometimes it's too cold in my room, sometimes it's too hot in my room. I never get like a happy medium, so it's like, I don't know. I have to figure something out. But allergies, man, it kills me.
So you're like the Goldilocks of bedroom.
It sucks. Like, especially like I'll have my girlfriend will come over and she'll spend the night and everything's fine. Like, we don't wake up cold, don't wake up anything. Maybe it's just because you have another person, body heat, whatever it is. But even sometimes she'll say, she's like, oh, your room is really cold. And I'll be like, my room is hot as heck right now. And sometimes I'll be like, oh my God, it's really cold. And she's like, no, it's fine. And I don't know. For me, it's getting tiring. I'm tired of the on and off areas of that. And like sometimes my entire house will be cold, but then my room will be warm. Sometimes my room will be freezing and my entire house will be warm. So I don't know. It's usually that, like, especially during the winter, my allergies get pretty bad. If it's like one day, Miami is 85 degrees and it's a little bit rainy, and then the next day it's like 60, that's when I'll really feel it. I guess like a sensor of where it's like, all right, now you're gonna really feel it, and you're gonna have these allergies. So that's probably the worst of times is during the winter, and then of course like spring and summer, that's when it gets pretty bad. But besides that, it's been good. I thank you, of course, Sean, for being here with me, because I would be dying here on my own, just kind of trying to get by with this. So I appreciate you, of course.
I'm just watching you sneeze.
Yeah, I know.
And try not to, mess up and breathing. You're just over there trying to breathe. It's just, I'm just here just to make sure you don't fall over.
Yeah, I've been able, it's crazy because it's so, for anyone that isn't aware, right? And I wasn't aware either. So I'm like, I have like, since I deal with this, I have like sniffle issues and stuff like that and everything. So at one point, like maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago, Sean was like, so like the button that's next to you, that red button, by the way, he's like, you can mute yourself for a second. And I was like, wait, I don't have to, because I would pull off, if you're watching
Game
on YouTube,
changer.
like, I would pull off and I would go like sniffle, come back into the mic, like,
which you could still hear, but just not as loud.
Just not as bad. And then I was
Whereas
like,
you can hit the button and probably not hear it at all.
Yeah. So I did. That's what I've been this morning. Like every time I'm like struggling.
Although your
I'm
thumb's getting a workout, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. But it's been, I don't know. It's been interesting. It's allergies, tired, and nothing. It feels like it's just not getting a break. But it'll be okay. I'll go to work today, deal with some tennis people. It'll be all right. They'll be cool.
Just start sneezing, they might stay away from you.
Oh no, they're it's what's crazy is they've all recently, and even new people who are coming in. I think it's the afternoon people that are good. It's like the people that are coming out of work, those are the ones that are a little shaky. But I've been working from like 1-ish until like 6, 7 o'clock, and that's been like really nice people. So I think it's just like the people that come from like 5 o'clock until 9 that are like the really rough ones. But they've been super nice, and even like one of them who comes on a regular basis asked me, she was like, oh, I know the CDC stuff, and we know that she's vaccinated, because some of them that were really good, like that are really nice to us, we'll talk with them, like normal people and stuff like that. So she was like, what do you prefer? Like, do you want me to have a mask on when I come to pay? Do you want what I want to make sure you guys are comfortable with whatever, because I'm sure you guys still have to wear masks and everything like that. So it was like, some of them have been very, very nice, very respectful, it's been a very different vibe, I guess is the best way to put it, than from what it used to be. So I'm actually kind of chilling with all of it. It's been nice. Nothing annoying. Well, actually today's Wednesday, so something's gonna inevitably be annoying because it's just Wednesday. And there's actually, which is super funny, that relates to Wednesday, there is a specific game that I play along with some of my friends. It's called Jackbox Games. It's basically a bunch of party games that you can play. One person has to own the game, that's it, and everyone plays on their phone. It's like, have you ever heard of Kahoot, Sean? Yeah, it's like Kahoot, but like
the answering game, the
trivia
game.
But it's like a bunch of different like party games and stuff like that you can play. And there's one where you're like, it's essentially you're diffusing like bombs and stuff like that, but it's out of riddles. So it'll be like wire 1, like don't cut wire 1 unless wire 1 is red, and it'll like probably be black. So you're like, okay, can't cut wire 1. But then another one will say cut wire 1, like under like just cut wire 1 no matter what, unless rule 1 tells you that not to cut wire 1 no matter what. So if it says, oh, don't cut it unless it's black, but it doesn't say no matter what, like then it's just like, okay, do I cut it? Do I not cut it? So it's like a very interesting game. But in it, there's one specific thing where there's Wednesday, and Wednesday's like one of the hardest days because you go through like 2 weeks of like working at the place, and every single time that you start up that day after you fail, the dude just goes, yep, total Wednesday problem. That's where we're at right now, Sean. Total Wednesday problem. That's all that it is. You know, it is what it is. But we've had a great show, and I've been getting by with it. It's been great. Everything's been. I think we've had a lot of great conversations, and been able to talk about like a lot of different things. I very much so liked the conversation we had with Coach there about kind of world football in general. Of course, a lot of things now are coming out because the seasons are ending, and then Euro 2020, which I understand that they want to call it Euro 2020 because they didn't have the Euros last summer, and they don't want to call it Euro 2021. I guess
that makes no sense.
Like it.
Why would it be Euro 2020 and Euro 2021?
Because they want to keep it the name that it was last year, since they weren't able to have it because of COVID. So they don't want to call it Euro 2021. They want to call it Euro 2020.
But then what happens next year when they go to do the Euros?
Well, the Euros happen every 4 years. Yeah, every 4 years. So like the last Euro was in 2016, and that's when Portugal won. And that was in France.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right. Then it won't make a difference. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I mean,
I go back to my non-soccer knowing ways.
I think the interesting thing, though, Sean, will be like, since they had it in 2021, will they do it in 3 years and have it in 2024? Since it's supposed to be, you get me?
It'll be just like the Olympics.
They have to kind of stick with it.
Olympics.
Because are they calling it Tokyo 2021 or is it 2020? Are they having the Olympics still? I thought the Olympics were also canceled. Or
No,
are they
are. There's lots of stories and discussions right now about the Olympics because lots going on over there.
That's interesting. Yeah, because a lot of the European countries are also not like. I know Germany finally is like, and I think a lot of the European countries have been hit really, really bad, and maybe it's also because they're all kind of tied in together as well. It's not like the United States where it's like, yeah, we have all these states, but like we're kind of just one little entity, also with Canada and of course Mexico and everything. But like the European countries have been hit really, really bad, and I know Germany.
Well, they also only have a low.
Yeah, they have a lot of low vaccines.
Rate
yeah,
well.
But Germany, and more specifically like Bavaria and Munich, and the surrounding areas of Munich, just like known as Bavaria, they're finally. I think they're lifting it tomorrow. Is the first time that they will be lifting the restriction for vaccines so that anybody can get a vaccine. So it's like the first time that they'll be able to do it and finally kind of getting over that hump, which is great because there's been a lot of issues with especially the UK and England, like other countries traveling to the UK because the UK, of course, had that really the strain of COVID that was going around that everyone didn't like, or not the strain. Oh my God, what's the word that I'm thinking of? My brain is not working. Not strain. Not like variant.
Oh, that's the word they've been using. A variant.
Variant. Yeah. Using. So that's what they've been pretty much talking about, is that they had that variant. So like a lot of people weren't able to go into the UK. They were not allowed to leave the UK. I wonder how that's happened since then. But it's been a great show thus far, and I think I thank Sean, of course, for sticking with me here and helping me out through my my allergies. And tomorrow, hopefully, I'm not dealing with anything, and we're doing good. Gonna make sure to definitely take some allergy medication because I should probably do that. It'll help me out instead of being not ignorant, but instead of just being dumb and not taking the allergy medication. I'm probably gonna go home before I have to go straight to work and get some allergy medication so I can get through the rest of my day. InterMiami CF fans, join us for, and by the way, we're having on Royal next for Royal Wednesdays. I'm very excited for that. Gonna get the energy pumping through. InterMiami CF fans, join us for every road game as we broadcast live from Dangerous Minds Brewing Company at 1901 North Federal Highway in Pompano. Join Big O and Alex Dono along with some here from the station. You can enjoy delicious food and incredible house drafts plus some giveaways. InterMiami CF fans, your new home, for every road game is Dangerous Minds Brewing Company in Pompano at 1901 North Federal Highway. Follow them on Twitter at Dangerous Minds B and on Instagram at Dangerous Minds Brewing.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan.
If you're looking for a change from the everyday restaurant, then you need to get to Checkers Old Munchin German Restaurant in Pompano Beach. Brats, Wiener Schnitzel, homemade potato pancakes, pretzels with mustard, and lots of German beer. And with daily specials, there is something for everyone. If you're up for a challenge, you should take their famous boot tour. Finish 30 boots of different varieties of German beer, and you'll receive half price on their beer for life. And you'll get to take home your own boot and Checkers Old Munchin t-shirt. They also have outdoor seating available in their new beer garden with live music, as well as carry-out, curbside pickup, and delivery. So, for the finest German food and beer, get over to 2209 East Atlantic Boulevard in Pompano Beach. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Checkers Old Munchin Restaurant, or call them for reservations at 954-785-7565. That's 954-785-7565. We'll see you at Zagat-rated Checkers Old Munchin German Restaurant in Pompano Beach.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your InterMiami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or intermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where InterMiami and all Miami sports fans shop.
WLEN, broadcasting from a largely empty building.
And we do sports. It's just not local.
Shush, honey.
Why is the building empty?
Because whether it be budget cuts or stupid management, we've fired almost everybody.
Ooh, but we still have our job live and local.
At least the building is.
We've got your sports.
South Florida's choice for sports talk. OnSideRadio.com.
When protecting your family is your priority, there's nothing more important than the roof above the people you love. At Onside Radio, we recommend Chase Roofing and Contracting. At ChaseRoofing.com, they care about the customer. Chase Roofing provides reliable roof installation and repair without the destruction to our environment. Chase Roofing is powered by Tamara, who is owner and operated for 18 years. ChaseRoofing.com is Google top rated and a AAA standing with the Better Business Bureau. Open 24/7. Call them today. Trust ChaseRoofing.com to fortify and protect what's most important to you, your family.
InterMiami fans, time to find out more about your favorite soccer team with OnSideRadio.com's IMCF Football Focus. Here's Austin Robillard.
Sunday was an amazing day for the InterMiami CF organization. As we know, InterMiami CF took on FC Cincinnati on the road and defeated them 3-2 in their home opener. But also, the Heranitos, as they like to call them, Fort Lauderdale CF, took on FC Tucson at Drive Pink Stadium and had a significant victory that ended 5-1, where George Acosta stole the show. Both George Acosta and Gonzalo Higuain were named Player of the Week in their respective leagues, both in MLS and USL League One, and hopefully going forward, both these boys can keep on shining and get results for both of our teams.
Keep up with the latest on La Rosa Negra by subscribing on most platforms. Search Onside Radio. Let's get back to Kai's Corner. You can send Kai a text at 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Kai Chen Chisholm.
All right, well, we walk in. I am Kai Chen Chisholm, that man. And we get into it. I've been very supportive, even as a non-Marlins fan, of Jazz Chisholm, because he dons the same name as me. Spelled the exact same way, Chisholm. I love it, love to see it. And so I've been tweeting about him. I've been doing everything, and Jazz just liked one of my tweets. That's pretty cool. Feeling great, feeling good about it. Love Jazz a lot. Hey Jazz, if you're listening, dude, would love to have you on the show. Absolutely would love to. Anyways, it's not about Jazz Chisholm or baseball, because no one watches baseball anyways. It's about Royal A. Shepard, also known as Royal Kuiper Jr., also known as Positive Royal, Negative Royal, Realistic Royal. I mean, he dons so many names. Royal, how you doing this morning, man?
I'm doing well, Kai Chen Chisholm, and I feel even better that you called yourself that, man. I love that. And so today you got playoff Royal, so I'm in playoff mode, and so I'm getting myself together right now.
Oh, so does that also bring in an unrealistic Royal, or no?
No. This is analytical Royal. This is, by the numbers Royal.
Okay, so then I guess the best thing we can do when we're talking about, analytics and numbers and being serious is, what the heck is with these yellow mustard jerseys? Why are we bringing them back, Royal?
They are hideous, Kai Chen Chisholm. And by the numbers, I polled it myself. About 47.3% of fans approve, but the vast majority of fans, I don't know the other number because I can't do quick math, but the vast majority of fans absolutely hate the fact that Miami is wearing these Indiana Pacers jerseys in the first playoff game.
It's like they're disgusting, Royal. I don't why
No.
why?
They're not even gold, Kai. Like, they're yellow. Like, I hate the jerseys. The first time they unveiled them, I almost threw up in my seat watching them. It's just, they're very ugly. But I guess me and Alex Toledo were kind of having a back and forth on Twitter. He was like, just letting them know that we're the Eastern Conference champs. So he's playing a mental game over aesthetics. And I guess that's the best excuse I've heard, so I'm rolling with that one.
I guess. And Toledo has a point there. I guess that you could see where that's coming from, but it's just like, I don't know, man. Like, the jersey's just so ugly. Like,
yeah, man, I live by the you look good, you feel good, you play good motto, and they are not going to look good. So it got me a little worried about this first game.
So you expect them to get blown out then, and then they'll get the reality check of, all right, come on.
No, I do not. I expect Miami to win game one of the series.
Oh, all right. In what fashion? What form and fashion do you expect?
So here's the thing about it. Of course, I already believe that Miami has the mental advantage. I do believe that this is going to be a much closer series than last year. I picked the Heat in 7, and I'm pretty sure over the course of time you're going to hear me say that more and more. But I feel like this Milwaukee team has improved, but Miami still has a mental advantage, and there are still a few question marks in terms of what the Bucks really have in terms of playoff play. So we have Jimmy Butler, who in my opinion is the alpha dog in this series. Yes, Giannis may be the most talented player, but Jimmy has the mental edge over everyone else in this series. He's dominated Giannis last year, and Jimmy believes that he's a better player than Giannis. I heard that from on Onside Radio on Monday with Ira and Ethan talking. So, but yeah, I believe Miami has a few things up their sleeves that they're going to be able to pull out against them, especially with Spo having a decisive coaching advantage over Mike Budenholzer.
Oh, man. So you're I would honestly be confident as well, just considering the fact that I think you have the mental advantage over them by far. Like, I think that you went, and I guess you didn't really go in, but you went and you kind of, like, it's like the thing, Baltimore was saying that the Titans took their bike last year, and it's like you went and you have to go take it back. Like, you literally went in there and you just said, all right, cool, yeah, you're the best team in the East. You have one of the best players who, we're rumored to be linked with, but we're going to come in there, we're going to destroy you, and then move on into the Eastern Conference Finals and, go through and just make it on into the finals, which, of course, everyone has their arguments for. But they really do have that mental advantage, Royal.
Yeah, they do, and I think it's because of what happened last year. So the Bucks, there are these different narratives surrounding them about how they were angling to play Miami in the first round and wanting to play them. In this series, the pressure really is on Milwaukee's players to beat Miami. Miami can come in here carefree, but they've been playing really well ending the season. But Milwaukee has to come in here, and they're going to try and assert themselves or whatever, and that could be a disadvantage because Miami already knows that they are capable of sustaining good play. They got beat by Milwaukee in the last time they played, but Kendrick Nunn played really well. None of the games this season have been played with Jimmy Butler, and Miami has certain advantages over them. Again, like they have one of the most uniquely skilled players to guard Giannis and Bam Adebayo. They also have Duncan Robinson. They also have Kendrick Nunn. They also have Goran Dragic. All these guys, except say for Kendrick Nunn, but Goran Dragic had a phenomenal series against them last year. Is Goran different this year? Yes, but he still has some of the same advantages. The Bucks play an extreme level of drop coverage with Brook Lopez, in which he sinks all the way underneath the basket, which opens up those mid-range jumpers for people like Kendrick, for people like Tyler and Dragic to get it off. So I think that Miami's just going to come in here, they're going to do what they do, and then they're going to be very effective against what the Bucks do.
All right, Royal, we move from that to something that I was going through to try to find something on your Twitter that I could bring up, and I found something where you said it was a picture that you quote tweeted where it says, "Me forcing myself to enjoy a trash game I paid $60 for," and your quote tweet was that you play 2K. Royal, listen, man, I'm a gamer, dude. I understand, I get it, but my guy, 2K's been trash since like the last time LeBron was on the cover. Come on, Royal.
What was that? That was LeBron was on the cover. Like
2013 or something?
PC? Yeah, 2K 13, 14, 15. Listen, man, I buy the game every year, but it's a lot like Madden. where in a sense I'm buying the same game every year, but it always feels like the game is getting worse and worse the more ads they put in there. Look, I don't want to down 2K because I'm an avid player. I love the game. It's the best basketball simulator that we have, but I think they could use a little bit of competition in order to help them make improvements on their game. And the same case being with Madden. Madden does have that exclusive licensing with the NFL, but look, those games not having any competition on the market is what makes them be able to put out a product that you have to buy if that's the type of gamer that you are. And so, yeah, I play 2K every year, but I don't enjoy it for a lot of the year. I just continue to press on and play it.
Royal, man, I feel so bad for you.
Why is that? Because I should play FIFA?
Well, you should play FIFA. It's a great game, but 2K is just, at least, FIFA's actually to the point. Like all these sports games, especially here in the U.S., like I think FIFA's biggest competitor is PES, which is why they've been improving, and PES has been buying a lot of licenses outside of things that FIFA can't get their hands on, which is very interesting, and they've been improving. So obviously EA has to, start to improve their game, and I think that they've done that a little bit. But man, 2K has just been bad, especially since the last failure that EA had with NBA Live. It's been rough.
Don't get me wrong, Kachi and Chisholm. I get my Alex Hunters on sometimes in FIFA, so I know about my career mode as well.
All right.
So I get a little.
Oh, so you're a career mode guy though. Career mode's not that bad for 2K.
That's what I play.
Okay.
My player. I play my player on 2K. I don't play head to head or anything like that. So, but Madden, I play Ultimate Team, which is essentially a pay to win.
You don't put money into Ultimate Team.
I'm sorry. Yes, I do.
Royal.
I have to, Kachi Chisholm. Otherwise, I can't compete. So
I mean, that's
do that.
Hey, look, you're 100% right, Royal.
That's my guilty pleasure, bro. So I play Madden, and I put a little money in there. Not as much as some of these other guys, but $5 here, $5 there, just to kind of get the player that I'm angling to get, and that works for me.
So you buy packs or you buy coins? That's the biggest question.
No, I buy packs. I don't use any of those third-party coins, Dave. I'm gonna do something like that and buy the points.
You put your faith in the gods here at EA.
Right. I mean, look, I know I'm going to get. Can I say screwed? I just said it. I know I'm going to get screwed one way or the other on that, but I do it anyway, man. It's fun. I'm not a gambler, but that's the closest thing that I get to gambling. So it's always nice to roll the dice to see what kind of card you can potentially pull.
What do you think 2K needs to do? Because I look at it and I just get frustrated playing. I mean, I really almost found myself buying it on oh my god, what's it? The Black Friday. I almost found myself buying it in 2020. I tried buying 2K21 and I looked at it and I was just like, I saw it in my Steam shopping cart because I play on PC and everything, and I was like $29 for 2K. Nah, I'll wait till it's $5 at the end of the year, and then I'll get bored after 2 days. What do you think they need to do better?
I think they need to try.
Above all else,
above all else, just try. You have a bunch of smart people in that building, and you don't utilize those resources because, again, they do not have any competition. What are you going to do? You can either play their game or go play some arcade-style game, which is the only other thing that's on the market. They had a little competition with NBA Live, but NBA Live was having a tough time convincing people that their game was different. Even though NBA Live was better than it had been in the past, it still just couldn't match the gameplay that 2K offers. And so it's really tough. If another developer can't come in and create a game that is a good simulator, then 2K is going to continue to do what they do, which is, make minor fixes, add a new sponsor or new bells and whistles to the game, and people are going to buy it.
Unfortunately, it pains me that you're correct. It's just, it hurts because I guess I was that Madden person until I got EA has something where you can pay $100 a year, and you get access to all of the games that they release. So it's it is a good value.
Access.
Yeah, so it's a great value.
Now. I have it.
So is it the same thing on console? Because I don't that you're able to get everything for free, or is it a completely different thing?
Yeah, it's but they give it out a couple of they give you last year's version of Madden, or they'll give you this year's version towards the end.
Oh, that sucks.
And then you'll get stuff you get Battlefront, you can get the FIFA games, you can get the NBA Live games, you can get some of the older games. A lot of those Star Wars games are on there. So yeah, EA, they offer a nice little package if you're paying for it.
Yeah, that sucks compared to like the PC one. They give you like the best, like the ultimate version of every single game. So like that's like you just get it for free that releases. Yeah. So
No,
like
I got to switch over to PC. I've heard great things about it.
Oh,
but
dude.
I'm a console guy, bro.
Royal, you can plug in your controller, man.
Yeah, it's not about the controller. It's not about the controller guy. Like it's just I don't know. Like I've been with
I'll
Xbox,
teach you.
I've been with PlayStation.
I'll teach you.
I don't mind learning. But I've been on PlayStation since I was in middle school. Been on Xbox since it came out.
Yeah.
And so now I'm on both.
I get you, Royal. I was an Xbox kid pretty much from the original one all the way through. So that's always been my big thing. But then the second that I saw what FIFA could be, when you allow people to like make the game better, like they have like other external mods that make it playable, I was like, I can never go back. But Royal, thank you so much for coming on, man. I really appreciate it. Of course, another Royal Wednesday where we talk about anything that possibly comes to our mind, especially when it comes to 2K. But thank you. I really appreciate you coming on. Again, that's Royal A. Shepherd. And you can follow him on Twitter at Royal A. Shepherd, Royal Kuiper Jr., every name that he could possibly don.
No problem. You have a great day, Catching Chisholm.
Thank you so much. You too, Royal A. Shepherd. Catch a South Florida staple every afternoon as Alex Donald hosts the Man of the Match from 3 to 6 p.m. Donald covers everything from football to MMA. Tune into one of the most complete sports shows in the country with the Man of the Match with Alex Donald, 3 to 6 p.m. exclusively at OnsideRadio.com.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan.
When you want a perfectly straight smile without braces, you can count on MoodieOusDental.com. A stunning smile is within reach. Learn more about Invisalign. Find out why so many trust the Moody House family. Dr. Moody House is an inventor and has several patents on innovative surgical instruments that are used around the world. Experience a family environment and trust on a worldwide level. From implants to crowns to a beautiful Invisalign smile. Call 305-821-0231. That's 305-821-0231. Or go to the website at MoodyHouseDental.com.
Sports fans love a place with great food, cold drinks, and TVs everywhere. That's why sports fans love Sports Grill and their 7 amazing locations. Check out the Miami Lakes location at 15462 Northwest 77th Court, located in the Ryan Oaks Plaza. Sports Grill is also now offering some great employment opportunities. All kinds of positions are now available from kitchen to hosting. Call for more information at 305-485-8845. From wraps to salads to amazingly delicious specialty dishes, Sports Grill is the home to the legendary special grilled wings. Since 1987, Sports Grill, good food, good drink, and good friends.
WLESPN. We've got all your sports.
We're live and local.
If you wake up early enough.
You're so bad, honey.
Tune us in, as long as you're not under a bridge.
Or under any power line.
Ain't it awful?
South Florida's choice for sports talk. OnsideRadio.com.
Hey, it's Toast. Last year when I had PGT custom windows and doors installed at my house by B&T Windows and Doors, I knew about the hurricane protection. What I didn't know? The silence. Oh my goodness, my house is so quiet now. One of those cars goes tearing down the street with the crazy loud muffler. Yeah, I don't hear it anymore. It's unbelievable. I didn't realize how noisy my house was beforehand. You've got to get PGT custom windows and doors installed in your pad today. Call B&T Windows and Doors, 954-233-0126. That's 954-233-0126.
When you need your warehouse looking good while staying efficient, there's only one place to find the finest racks in the business. Pallet Rack City in Hialeah. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547. Pallet Rack City is the company you need when you want your warehouse sporting the finest racks in the business. After all, who doesn't love a great rack? Pallet Rack City. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547.
When you're looking to add that extra style and protection for your home or business, visit a shade above Window Fashions in Davie or Sunrise, where plantation shutters are a major part of our business, and they look great in any home. We have them in white, stained colors, and wood tones. We can even motorize your shutters like the one in the OnSideRadio.com studio. A shade above Window Fashions, 954-434-4774. That's 954-434-4774. Love the space you live in. A shade above Window Fashions.
Keeping you informed in the world of sports. With an OnSideRadio.com sports update.
Florida Panthers go down 2-0 in the series after 3-1 loss last night. Lightning jumped out to a quick 2-0 lead and held on. Next game tomorrow night in Tampa. Bucks dropping at 6:30. The Philadelphia Phillies used a 7-run 8th inning to beat the Miami Marlins 8-3. They're back at it for Game 2 of the series tonight. 7:05 is that first pitch. Trevor Rogers on the mound for the Fish. Also, Major League Baseball yesterday, Spencer Turnbull. He throws the 5th no-hitter of the 2021 season. And in your NBA play-in rounds, they're underway. The Eastern Conference last night, the Pacers routed the Hornets 144-117 in the 9-10 matchup. And in the 7-8 matchup, the Boston Celtics used a 50-point performance from Jason Tatum to beat the Wizards 118-100. Washington now plays the Pacers for the 8th seed in the East. The Western Conference play-in starts tonight. The Spurs and Grizzlies in the 9-10 matchup. Tip-off 7:30. Memphis, the 4-point favorite. And at 10, it's the Lakers and the Warriors in the 7-8 matchup. The Lakers, a 5-point favorite. You're listening to South Florida's only locally owned sports talk station. This is OnSideRadio.com.
Let's get back to Kai's Corner. You can send Kai a text at 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Kai Chen Chisholm.
Had a great conversation there with Royal. Was awesome to talk to him. There's so much stuff happening right now, but also such little stuff happening right now at the same time. It's very random. Very random, I have to say. But we're going to get into our roundtable segment today, this Wednesday, April 19th, 2021. Wednesday's roundtable. The Heat will begin the playoffs on Saturday against the Bucks. The team obviously needs Jimmy and Bam to play at a very high level. The question is, who needs to be the third player to step up and complement this duo if they are to defeat the Bucks again? All right, so I put out a poll earlier today, and in my poll, I kind of included this as a part of it. I was like, okay, well, this is going to be a big part of it, and which player needs to step up? And the four that I thought of in my mind, are the obvious choices: Tyler, Kendrick, Goran, and Duncan. Those are the guys I think that you look at and you're like, okay, these guys have to step up. We have to see something out of them in order to get where we need to be. In my opinion, I think Goran was one of the keys last year in the run that the Heat were able to make and what they were able to do to the Bucks. I think that, and I got to be really honest here, and I think it's probably maybe going to be a contrarian to some others, and I'll make sure to listen to what Toe said, and then also to see what Big O says, and then what Dono says later. But I think, huh? Oh yeah. But I think that it's going to be, I think it's going to be Tyler. Like, I think if you want another guy, and for someone who's been very inconsistent throughout the season, you want someone to come on, you want someone to be that guy. I think that you look at Goran, and even through the rough season he's had, you still expect him to kind of give you something, and he's been coming on a little bit better recently since he's come off of kind of the injuries and the rough season just in general. I think that you look at the guy that you want, that you're going to say, if this guy steps up, we're going to be able to have a good run and be able to have some stability, because you've seen that when he stepped up recently, he's provided a lot for the team, and he's been there for the team, and you've seen, okay, this is the Tyler Hero that we've been expecting. This is the Tyler Hero that we think we know of. I think if there's going to be a guy that has to step up, and it has to be kind of that guy to at least have some consistency. I'm not saying that they have to be, outstanding, because I think you're expecting out of Jimmy and Bam, but to at least give you some consistency and to kind of lead the bench essentially in that way. I think Tyler has to be the guy. Like, Tyler has to be the guy. And even in this, I mean, you need Bam to continue to play at a high level. You need him to continue to be, kind of that no ceiling Bam. You need him to continue to be aggressive. I think if you have an aggressive Bam, if you have Jimmy playing the way that we all expect Jimmy to play, you get Tyler in there and you get Tyler to at least have some consistency and grow in some consistency, I definitely think that you look at him and he's the guy out of everyone that is going to be able to step up and hopefully make an impact for this team. So I think without a doubt, to answer that question, who needs to be the third player to step up and complement this duo? I think Tyler has to be the one, and I don't think it's really just being a compliment. I just think that he needs to have some consistency, and if Tyler is consistent throughout this series, if Tyler can prove that he can stay consistent and prove that he can be Tyler Hero and not whatever guy that we've been seeing in recent games and recent weeks and I guess months and the year, then we're going to have a good day, and I think that that's going to be great. So that's all I have to say on the round table, and I think that that's the best way to put it. I just think that Tyler has to be the one that becomes the most consistent there and can show that he can continue to be a guy. But in the middle of the conversation we were having with Royal and just a little bit ago, the New York Rangers announced that Mike Greer, the brother of Chris Greer, was going to be named Hockey Operations Advisor for the Rangers. Of course, I honestly had not heard of his brother. I had not heard of Mike Greer, and I had not known much of him, but O had led to me as well during the break there that he did play hockey. He played hockey for a while, and he's kind of been in there. And so I've been learning a little bit more about that. He mentioned Bobby Greer, who did stuff for the Texans, did stuff for the Patriots as well. So it's a lot of stuff. I mean, the Greer family really, trying to take over a lot of these major sports. And even I saw someone tweet, it's like the Greers are taking over. And it's like, all right, you get a guy now in the New York Rangers and Mike Greer. You have Chris Greer ahead of the Miami Dolphins. It's awesome. I love it. I love the fact that we have these guys coming in and taking over, and it's just like whenever the Dolphins are doing good, that's great. Whenever the Rangers are doing good, that's great. Of course, we want the Panthers to be doing good, and we want them to improve. But besides that, I think it's awesome. And what's funny is, I didn't know if you were listening earlier, but to your point, both what you and Sean said yesterday, how I wasn't going to be able to get in and watch the hockey game last night, was not able to watch the hockey game last night. So you ended up being 100%. You and Sean being 100% correct there.
I have more passion for ice cream than hockey.
Yeah,
that's why. That's all.
It was priorities, buddy.
If it was the Heat, you wouldn't have said that. You would have said, "Hell nah, deliver the ice cream, bitch. I'm not moving."
Well, to be fair, their family are really big Heat fans as well. So they're like, of all the sports, like they'll watch the Dolphins and stuff like that, but they're huge on the Heat. So I'm sure like Saturday and stuff like that, they'll be huge on the Heat, but hockey is a completely different thing. But it was like, it was me and my girlfriend and her sister.
They have lost because you weren't watching.
They lost because they played poor.
Way to go, Kai.
No, they lost because you weren't watching at the
right,
beginning.
Kai.
We went down early in the first 10 minutes.
I know. They went down 2-0.
And look what happens. Rain. Did you see in that story of yours? Rain once again included.
Listen.
Bad luck, Schlepp Rock. Oh, wowsy, woo, woo.
It's not my fault that the rain comes, okay? It just so happens to be around. I don't like the rain.
Woo, woo.
The rain sucks unless it's on one specific location in Miami. Then it's fine.
Oh, wowsy, woo, woo. And I lost like 98% of you on that one.
Listen. It's okay. Everything is fine. Right, Sean?
Kai wouldn't even understand it if you hadn't explained it to him already 3 times.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say,
I blame you now, actually, for the Panthers' loss.
Yes.
How was it my fault?
Yeah, well,
you didn't watch the game, man.
You had to watch the game.
Yeah.
You were the missing link.
I guess so.
You screwed up.
So if I watch Game 3 and they win, I have
your
to be
ass
sitting
needs
there.
to go to Amalie Arena now.
Yeah, you have to be in attendance. Yeah.
Now you got to get in a car and go to Amalie Arena and buy a ticket and get your ass in the arena and help the damn Panthers out.
Yeah, there's a good ice cream spot on the northwest corner.
Yes. Yes, they sell plenty of ice cream there. All right, Guy?
How about this? If they win Game 3, right? I'll watch. It's tomorrow, 6:30. I'll be able to watch it. They win Game 3. Then I will, and then they win Game 4. I'll attend the Monday game, Game 5 here.
By the way, how isn't Kai at Panthers games anyways? They've got that whole candy center over there.
Yeah.
I mean,
but here's the thing
Mr.
with,
Sweet Tooth here, that would
candy,
be heaven.
Apparently that wasn't on the spinning wheel.
It wasn't on the spinning wheel. Here's the thing with candy, though. I feel like
but
a lot of candy
now
sucks.
Huh?
There's a lot of really bad candy. Like I'm.
Have you been to that one?
No, I haven't, because it's
Okay,
like there's
so
not a lot of.
how you gonna? That is like it's like a little Willy Wonka factory that they have there at
Was
the
it
BB&T
like Sugar
Center.
Factory or something, or no? It's just like
I don't know what's the name of that that thing that has got all that candy there. I forgot. I don't know, but it's got, I mean, all kinds of candy. I mean, the kids are constantly there, so that means you'll be there.
I'm 23 years old.
You're the kid in here in this studio. You're the kid.
Technically, Austin is. Austin's younger than me.
Yes, but he's not in the studio at the moment.
But he's
so
not also driving everywhere for ice cream.
Right, that's true. Austin's actually going to stay and watch the game.
If it's Inter, yeah. For sure. He'll watch the Inter game. I don't know if he'll watch the hockey games, but he'll watch Inter. Anyways, Florida Panthers fans, you can have a place to call home every Saturday morning as Cats insider David Dwork will host Chirping the Cats radio at 10 a.m. That'll be from 10 to 11. Onside Radio is committed to all sports, and if you want to hear all Panthers talk that you can possibly hear, and I'm sure if they're not able to come away with a win tomorrow, then David's going to have some choice words on Saturday morning. You can connect every Saturday from 10 to 11 with David Dwork on the home for Panthers fans worldwide, OnsideRadio.com.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan.
When you're looking for curtains and blinds to create a space of your own, look no further than Bandalux. Bandalux can tailor your space to your needs. Create the atmosphere and ambiance you desire. We invite you to discover it at Bandalux.com. Explore our new solar control systems, range of sustainable fabrics, and energy-efficient solutions that can improve your well-being and quality of life. Witness Bandalux Beauty. Go to Bandalux.com or follow them on Instagram at Bandalux_official. For a personal experience, A Shade Above Window Fashions in Davie and Sunrise is an official Bandalux partner.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your InterMiami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or intermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where InterMiami and all Miami sports fans shop. InterMiami CF fans, join us at our new home this season for all away games as we broadcast live at Dangerous Minds Brewing Company, 1901 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach. Join Big O and Alex Dono for the live pregame, halftime, and postgame shows while we watch the games. Enjoy meticulously brewed beer on site, delicious artisanal pizzas, live music, and giveaways. So, the new home for all InterMiami road games is at Dangerous Minds Brewing Company at the Pompano City Mall, where they'll feature all the InterMiami games. Follow them on Twitter at Dangerous Minds B and Facebook and Instagram at Dangerous Minds Brewing, and visit them at dangerousmindsbrewing.com. There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
If you're looking for a change from the everyday restaurant, then you need to get to Checkers Old Munchin German Restaurant in Pompano Beach. Brats, Wiener Schnitzel, homemade potato pancakes, pretzels with mustard, and lots of German beer. Take their famous Boot Tour Challenge, and there's now outdoor seating available in their new beer garden with live music. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Checkers Old Munchin Restaurant, or call them for reservations or pickup at 954-785-7565. So get over to 2209 East Atlantic Boulevard in Pompano Beach to Zagat-rated Checkers Old Munchin German Restaurant.
Now that it's springtime, it's only getting hotter here in South Florida. Make sure your AC in your home or business is running smoothly by investing in a preventative maintenance plan from M&S Air Conditioning. And M&S is a Mitsubishi Diamond Elite contractor. When you purchase a new Mitsubishi electric mini split system, you'll get a 12-year warranty. Or install a high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit that captures and destroys biological contaminants to improve air quality. M&S Air Conditioning have been providing prompt, honest, and reliable service for over 30 years. Schedule service or call to get more info on our preventative maintenance plans. Call 954-421-3680 or visit ac-florida.com.
At OnsideRadio.com, we chirp all day and night. It's time to do some more chirping with David Dwork at our Chirping the Cats report.
The Panthers have their work cut out for them if they're going to claw their way back into their first-round playoff series against Tampa Bay. The Lightning outplayed the Panthers basically from start to finish in Game 2, coming away with an impressive 3-1 victory Tuesday night in Sunrise. The win gave Tampa a commanding 2-0 lead in the best-of-7 series, and now Florida will have to pick up at least one win on the road if they want to keep their postseason alive. The puck luck was on Tampa's side during Game 2, with a couple fortunate bounces helping the Bolts jump out to a 2-0 first-period lead. Florida made a game of it on Mason Marchman's second-period tally, but that's as close as the Cats would get. Yanni Gourde's empty net goal sealed the deal for Tampa, who now sits in the driver's seat as they head back to Amalie Arena for the next two contests. The Panthers will take an off day on Wednesday to regroup before heading north and trying to turn things around in Game 3, which takes place on Thursday at 6:30.
Keep up with the latest on the Florida Panthers by subscribing on most platforms by searching Onside Radio, your home for South Florida sports. Let's get back to Kai's Corner. You can send Kai a text at 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Kai Chen Chisholm.
All right. We are. I just read what you put in the chat. I failed the Panthers.
It's true.
Last night.
You failed. Screwed the Cats.
Maybe I failed the Marlins. Why can't we have it be that one? I'd rather fail
Screwed
the
the
Marlins.
Cats.
I'd rather fail the Marlins than
Just
the Panthers.
don't screw the Sheba, okay?
I love this shirt.
Okay,
It's a Bitcoin Sheba shirt, though. Right?
That's right. It's a Sheba shirt, bro. We're on the Sheba. We're part of the Sheba army.
You see, but I'm fine with screwing over the Marlins. Like
Why you got to do that? We got my man Alex here. He's a little pissed off.
That's why.
You mentioned Chisholm home run. He goes, but we didn't get the W.
That's exactly
he's
what
all
he said.
about the W. You see, you're about the losing. You made the Panthers lose last night. You went for ice cream instead of hockey. Is that acceptable, Alex? Can't you get the ice cream before the game?
And baseball. Listen, let's add the baseball into it, all right? If I'm gonna be the tear down of a team, I want to just be all of them. Just add me into everything.
Yeah, but you weren't telling us you were going to watch Marlins. You were going to watch Panthers because we need you to learn a little bit more about Oki and the Panthers and the organization.
I'm trying my best. I'm telling you, I really follow David's tweets. Like that's him and then a couple other people I've been following as well.
I got the answer, Sean. Okay, I am petitioning the Panthers and the NHL to play on ice cream next year, not on ice. And then guess who will watch? Guess who's watching if they're playing on ice cream? Guess who's going to have glass seats? And he's going to hang his head over the glass, hoping there's not icing. There's ice creaming.
But that's not going to
And
work.
it goes right into his mouth, right?
Yeah, he'll be on the ride for the Zamboni every in between the periods.
That's it. That's all it is.
That was always my favorite part, actually, of watching whenever I would go to hockey games, is watching the Zamboni go around. I loved it.
Of course, you were just dreaming of ice cream the entire time.
Just riding around, thinking of all the
cones and stuff
the worst
like that.
Part,
you know,
the worst part of all of it is not only I missed the game, all of the other stuff. The ice cream was horrible.
So there you go.
And this might even be too old for you, but you had a Snoopy snow cone machine, didn't you?
Yeah, that's it.
I didn't.
That's it.
You didn't.
I did have a snow cone machine, though. I got it from Home Depot.
You see?
Does not surprise me at all.
That's it.
When I was a kid.
That's it. Panthers, you must play on ice cream next year in order for Kai to get interested.
I've watched a good amount of games this year. Not enough to understand what's going on, but I've watched a good amount of games.
and not enough to watch the playoff-bound team. I mean, that's...
Listen,
we got to go find ice cream.
I know for sure.
Why am I going to watch the best time of the year now, right?
So I know of all things that NHL hockey is the best, as playoff hockey is the best playoffs of all the sports.
Have you ever been to it live?
Like a live hockey game or live playoffs?
Yeah, live hockey game.
Yeah. I was thinking yesterday. Me and my dad, whenever we would get tickets from other people, to go to the watch the Panthers, we would go watch.
Okay, you need to go to a playoff game or something, and you gotta. Something's got to happen for you to get the bug.
Let's see. Well, I guess technically we don't even know anymore because we don't even know if
the ice cream bug.
The ice hockey bug.
The ice cream hockey bug. Yes.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sean,
it really isn't what it is. I mean, you went to Scout Ice Cream in Wynwood. Then you hit a bridge and rain, and you turn back around.
Part.
Listen, McDonald's, every 1 out of 12
That's
machines
right.
work. So find a McDonald's
1
that
out of
works.
12. That's being very fair.
McFlurries are good, dude. I don't know, bro. I'm good with an Oreo McFlurry.
Yeah, but that's being very fair. 1 out of 12. That's like 1 out of 30. I don't know which McDonald's you're going to because
Listen, there's 30 McDonald's in your area, so you could have went in and out and back
really
for the
is.
Panthers
You
game.
know the
wouldn't
one-
have cost the loss. It's all your fault, Kai Chisholm.
Yeah, I'm with Sean there on this one. And by the way,
If
yesterday,
I thought about this earlier, I wouldn't even be here doing this show.
and yesterday, I got myself an Oreo McFlurry.
from which one?
The one by my house works all the time.
I was gonna say the one here. The 2 times that I've gone, and both of them were because of Marsh. Because Marsh would talk about it in the morning, and I would be like, all right, I want an Oreo McFlurry. Both times worked. So.
Oh, but that's brand new now. This new McDonald's.
I guess yeah.
I wish
It
I
has,
could
like,
find
2
a
different
fry
lanes
maker,
to
though.
come through. But then there's like another McDonald's like 3 blocks that way. They opened up a Wawa next to it. Like there's like I don't know. Things are everywhere here.
That's right. And yet you went to Wynwood.
No, he turned around.
I
from
couldn't get to
Wynwood.
Wynwood because
Couldn't even
the
get to
bridge was up.
Wynwood. Look at
And then when we turned around, I'm not.
All signs were pointing for you to stay home and watch a hockey game, and yet you went to get.
When you
bad
think
ice
about
cream.
it was Benihana cancels the reservation, like for her parents and everything like that. Celebrate their birthdays.
Benihana
that's the
canceled.
first
Then they
one.
were basically telling you, "No ice cream for you."
Then we were supposed to.
Benihana was trying to help you out, and you found another way to screw the Panthers.
Right.
I guess it's my fault.
No ice cream for you.
We'll catch you guys tomorrow with a
No
bunch
ice
of
cream
other
for you.
stuff. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Big
No
L
ice cream
coming
for
up
you.
next.
We'll be right back to the Big O Show. You can join us on the Onside Sports Line.